Bye.
It appears you hold all the cards, Mr. Trump. My fate is in your hands.
Has anyone ever told you you look like a donkey?
Yes. Many times.
Even facing certain death, you're defiant, like a petulant child. Well, it won't help you now, Maduro. Your time is up. F8.
You sunk my oil tanker.
Hasta el final, asshole.
Coño, carajo.
Oil Tanker, the new game from Built and Madly, proud sponsor of MAGA Man.
El papá de los pelucones.
This is not going to be easy, but we'll make him talk. Torture, blackmail, bribery, whatever it takes.
He's going to steal all the gold in Fort Knox.
Well, that was easy.
That's what you're talking about, right? The Porridge Pourers heist? More money in there than a Somali daycare. Lot of gold in Fort Stocks. I mean, Snort Fox. I mean, Sports Rocks. No, I mean, you know the thing.
So it's a heist.
Was that supposed to be a secret?
Oh yeah, that's a secret. Don't tell anybody.
Okay, Joe, sure thing. See you soon, buddy.
Did somebody say secrets? You would not believe how much money I stole through Ukraine. And you didn't really think I got 80 million votes, did you? And wait till you hear what really happened to Barack's personal chef. Tell him the big guy sent you.
All right, team, listen up. Porridge Poros is planning to steal all the gold in Fort Knox.
Wasn't there supposed to be an audit of Fort Knox back in, like, February?
Who the hell is this guy?
That's Christopher Coles, the YouTuber known as Mr. Reagan.
Mr. Reagan. Okay. What's your superpower, kid?
I'm, lucky.
Everything seems to turn out okay when he's around, sir. Statistically impossible success rate. We ran the numbers.
Okay. He can stay.
To Mr. Reagan's point, we actually did the audit, sir. Contrary to online conspiracy theorists, we've actually increased our gold supply. 29,000 metric tons, about 80% of all global monetary gold.
80%? How is that possible?
That seems pretty good.
The reason we didn't publicize the findings is that we don't actually want foreign governments to know this. If they knew how much gold we're sitting on...
We'd have every country in the world trying to take it.
Exactly.
Probably China. I just like saying that word, China.
So Poros isn't just trying to steal some gold, he's trying to steal most of the gold.
Better call in some of the others for backup. Hey, pilot, you'd better step on it. We've got to save Fort Knox.
Will our heroes reach Fort Knox in time? Can they?
Create that keep it fresh, yo. Keep it fresh, yo. Keep it fresh, yo. Creator, keep it fresh, yo. Touch is mad, the band sure. Creator, keep it fresh, yo. Creator, keep it fresh, yo. Keep it fresh, yo. Creator, keep it fresh, yo. Keep it fresh, yo.
Yo, sound check 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. No news. I'll see you in the house, man. Looks like it's just me and you, man. I got some cloud watchers. Now it's Saturday night, man. I'm just gonna be on for a while. I'm gonna stream. Sunday show tomorrow night. Yo, shout out to everybody who tuned in for those tech support streams I'm doing with Theo and Dak. I think we did. I think we did 2 this week, and Obsidian with the sit down on Thursday. Obsidian and Saul with the sit down on Thursday. I know I got a bunch of random shit tonight. I was actually watching Messy Michonne before I got on here. She's still she reviewing the Anton and Corey thing. That's taking up the entire algorithm. I think it'll keep taking up the algorithm all the way into next week. I watched. Oh, Minister Jap was on tonight, so I watched some of Jap. And surprisingly, because he don't really like Anton, but he called it down the middle. He called it pretty fair. I know Corey goes back on, I think, on Tuesday. Anton is controlling the narrative now, so it's going to be interesting to see what Corey come back with on Tuesday. If you're gonna have, it'll be him and Craig as well. So looks like we'll get another week of comment and response. Either way, both of them is in the algorithm, and money is being made. Let's just put it that way. I got a bunch of shit I want to cover. I should probably open up my Twitter too. But let me see. Brian Austin Green. Let's start out with Jesse Waters, and then I want to talk about these crazy Karens having to take the brunt of everything, or all, because Minnesota's where it's at. Tito might actually get his wish, and they might actually invoke the Insurrection Act. I think they're going to weigh the political consequences with regard to the midterms. because we don't want to lose too many seats. Uh, No News said, hell, I would have thought Nick Shirley new videos would have been exactly on top. I'm actually going to go over Nick Shirley. I'm gonna do the some of these. I want to show some of these these psychos behind the veil are like who's really doing the protesting in Minnesota now that they ain't got the quiches as human shields or any of these silly old Negroes. It's just the Karens having to take the brunt of shit. And they looking real crazy. 𝐷𝐿𝐒 in the house. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna be on for a while, at least 2 hours. So sit back. I'm just gonna be in here chilling. Oh, Red Sigma, salute chat the panel. Had to sleep. Got to go to work in the morning, man. All right, yo. Well, thanks for dropping by and hitting us up. I know, man. You know we the third shift, motherfuckers. I'm up in here a little earlier, so I got these. So I'll be wanting to stream earlier than showtime and whatnot. But everybody's getting a bunch of FA, FO, so let's give them a drop.
The more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out.
I couldn't let this slide, Joe. Could not let this slide. Let me just say this. That video you sent had the find out, fuck around line as 1-to-1. Ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous. Everybody that's ever fucked around knows that there is a certain level of fuck around that you get for free. And then the shit you find out gets found out real quick. You understand what I'm saying? It's an exponential curve. You fuck around this much, okay? Fuck around that much, I'm gonna let it slide. But you hit a point, shit gets real, and you find out real fucking quick. And that's the real fuck around find out curve.
And they getting a lot of that in Minnesota. But let's do this Jesse Waters. His commentaries are always spot on. So let's get this to set the frame, and we are gonna look at some of Nick Shirley's second expose on Minnesota. This dude is single-handedly bringing back investigative journalism. You got to give it to this white boy. He's doing more than the mainstream media. He's doing more than Fox. And off rip, it looked like he's doing more than the FBI and Pam Bondi and the Justice Department.
This is a Fox News alert. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey are under federal investigation by the Department of Justice for obstructing ICE operations. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche said this.
When the governor or the mayor threaten our officers, when the mayor suggests that he's encouraging citizens to call 911 when they see ICE officers, that is very close to a federal crime. You cannot do that. If you impede the work we're doing, you better be worried, because we're coming after you.
Both politicians.
Yo, it's about time, and they need to be taught a lesson. And No News, you're right. You said in the Reddit, the bots are desperately trying to get black people to support the fight against ICE. Spot on. And I see you, No News, posting the memes on your community tab. That's what's up. Everybody, if you're not content creators, if your community tab is open, you can post memes. Meme warfare is very effective. If you look at our community tab, we've dedicated our entire community tab to meme warfare and articles. It is very effective. And you can see some of the bots on our community tab. There's one who keeps putting something about Epstein file. I just leave them in there and let everybody else in the comments eat them up. But yeah, the bots are in full effect, trying to get the black people triggered. Like I said, man, don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
Have told federal agencies to leave their state immediately. They're refusing to turn over violent migrants, and they've incited their citizens to harass, impede, and assault federal law enforcement agents. The police department has given safe harbor to criminal aliens and dangerous agitators. Immigration police, they've been hit, kicked, spit on. Their vehicles have been looted. They've been attacked with projectiles and fireworks. Walz and Fry have created a hostage situation. Their citizens are waging guerrilla warfare with the federal government, and they're saying the violence will only stop once the federal government leaves their state. The federal government has every right to be in Minnesota. The reason they're in Minnesota in the first place is because it's a sanctuary for rapists, murderers, drug traffickers, not to mention $1 billion Somali fraud scheme. ICE is there to apprehend illegal aliens. And the Treasury Department, as well as Homeland and FBI, are all on the ground to investigate financial crimes. The federal government has sole power to enforce immigration law and has the right to enforce the law in every state in the country. Just like the Civil War, Democrats don't get to violently repel federal officials from their states. If Trump tolerates this, you'll see a confederacy of sanctuary states festering with fraud and foreign nationals.
Bingo. That's exactly. Shout out to Tito. That's exactly what Tito's been saying for months. That this has to be crushed very, very strongly, or else it's going to spread. Tito's been saying that for months, and he's been talking about the Insurrection Act. So once again, Tito's spot on.
It'll suck the Treasury dry and create a no man's land for foreign crime syndicates. Minnesota is not its own country. Foreigners don't get to live there, commit violent crime, and steal billions from taxpayers. And they certainly don't get to fly the stolen cash overseas to Somalia. What's going on in Minneapolis to date is completely unacceptable and is bordering on insurrection. The president's considering treating it this way and sending in the Guard.
The Insurrection Act, which has been used by 48% of the presidents as of this moment, the Insurrection Act also, if you look at it, I believe it was Bush, the elder Bush, he used it, I think, 28 times. It's been used a lot. And
if violent attacks against immigration police don't stop, the president has three options. One, send in ICE reinforcements. Two, invoke the Insurrection Act and achieve law and order through overwhelming force.
Bro, Red Sigma, look at you on the money, Playboy. Look at you on the money. I did see that. We're gonna do that as a segment on the Sunday show. Saul had sent me a video clip prior to. I seen Philip Scott do something on it. So everybody's seeing it the same way. This is looking like crisis actor shit. Red Sigma with the $5 super chat. He said, "Have you seen the Tether Panda Party?" We can't never get rid of that drop because the old boy passed.
Got your ass.
Hell yeah. I'm putting together a little segment on that for tomorrow. We covering that on the Sunday show. Yeah, they paid crisis actor and apparently a paid Tether type crisis actor to put a black face in front of things because they not getting the type of traction they did with that George Floyd shit. Hey, let me give you an extra drop.
I analyzed videos of over 100 instances of Superman catching people falling from buildings. Superman dips 30% more to cushion the blow of white people than he does blacks. This is a clear indication of implicit bias. There's no way around it. Superman is racist.
What they neglected to tell you is that the white individuals all fell from skyscrapers. The black individuals fell from smaller buildings, on average, experiencing significantly lower velocities.
And why does Superman live in Metropolis, the city with the lowest crime rate in America? because it's also the city with the whitest population in America.
To heck with this. I'm moving to Poland.
Mr. Reagan.
Yo, spot on, Red Signal. Yeah, we definitely gonna cover that tomorrow. Yeah, you seen it too. All right, we don't miss a thing. What you say? You said no FBA, this party, all immigrants. Yo, this is what I be saying. You know, I came up with the word 𝐇𝐎 Industrial Complex. This is my new one, the Tether Industrial Complex. They're everywhere, infiltrated, posing as us, taking our culture and talking points, but they're and using our resources to better themselves, not us, and they're using it to work against us. Y'all brothers need to wake up. It's on for real. No News said the Somali scam gets worse by the day. I almost wish I had a time machine. Bro, I'm glad this is all getting exposed. This has been happening right under our noses. And like I keep saying, that this exposes the philosophy of these old niggas that was telling us not to vote, not to be involved in politics locally as well as nationally, not to know what's going on, while at the same time, these tethers and everybody are involved in their and they're they was you seen this at the airport, that the Somali couriers were taking suitcases with $1 million in cash through the airports and through the airport in Minnesota every day with taxpayer money. These old niggas told us to sit on the bench all these years since the 60s, not be involved, don't vote, don't know what's going on. And these tethers came over and said, oh, y'all don't want to use y'all voting rights? Y'all don't want to use all the stuff y'all fought for? We'll take it. And now they ruling over you. Keep telling y'all, man, these boomer old niggas betrayed us. No News says, I keep having this argument with black males on Reddit. I posted on my community tab in interaction that these black males festmonger, fearmonger all over the place. This has nothing to do with us. Yo, straight up. This is a pivotal moment in the FBA blackmail, heterosexual FBA blackmail history. We finally got like a little leverage as a little small voting block, the little 20 to 30% of us that stepped away from the Democratic plantation. We got a policy agenda via Dr. T.S. Johnson and Dr. Ron Neal. Meaning that we got a list of things that we want, that we know that was put together by black men that we know that will benefit us. We got a little bit of leverage and stuff. They fighting for birthright citizenship just for us. Things is moving, man. Y'all cannot afford to fumble the ball. I'm trying to tell you. If y'all don't get this Tether Industrial Complex and this 𝐇𝐎 Industrial Complex underway, y'all will be, I'm talking about the FBA black man, you will be a permanent underclass in this country. But there's a caveat to that. There's a sector of us that are headed toward the technocracy, the guys in Theo's class and stuff, that are learning the AI, learning the technology and traveling. Now, I've said this before, like there's going to be a separate class and tier of black men by 2030, 2035 that are heavily entrenched in technology, that are, world travelers, and it is going to be an extremely noticeable difference. The world is changing in real time. Y'all brothers need to really catch up and wrap your heads around it and stop listening to these old niggas, because they're going to lead you into a ditch, which they already have.
Or surrender to Tim Walz and pull ICE out of Minnesota. The Democrats believe they can get Trump to pull out. They think they're getting traction on the mass deportation issue. They think they're driving Trump's numbers down, and they're firing up the base, and they're even fundraising off this. They think they're winning over women and Hispanics, and that the president's getting skittish over the images on television. Kamala Harris is now campaigning on Renee Good's grave.
Spot on. He hit it spot on with that. They're doing all of this to flood the news with these bad images of these paid protesters and some of these mentally ill protesters, which we're going to get into in a minute, clashing with federal agents to make it look more violent than it is. And like I said, in real time, we got a juxtapose. The mainstream media is pushing this narrative. As we try to get illegals out of our country, and primarily the criminals, they're running around with warrants and deportation papers, their enforcement papers from Homeland Security. But at the same time, we got Iran that just turned out the internet, and shut down their airspace because their citizens are protesting, and they're using live ammunition on their protesters. They've got public hangings. The numbers are somewhere around 3,000 protesters dead already. So that's real oppression of the populace. You know what I'm saying? Compare that to what's going on over here. That's what I'm saying. The propaganda is crazy.
When the federal government rips people out of their car, out of their home, out of their church, when families are separated and a mother of 3 is shot and killed by an ICE agent in Minneapolis, people are sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Are you guys ready to vote for Kamala now? Are you y'all ready to vote for old Turkey next? Red Sigma says a week ago, TSA found 700 million in the airport in Minnesota. It's on YouTube. The news got pushed to the back because, of MS Good. Nobody talks about the hyper-violent Somali gang. In Minnesota. Yeah, Kwame says she's reigning in the quiches, bro. It's a marathon. We got to ride this out to the midterms. After the midterms, we'll know what temperature it is. And like I said, bro, if we lose the midterms or whatnot like that, I want Trump to go scorched earth, take the gloves off, lock everybody up, shut shit down. Like, we ain't got nothing to lose.
Mama's got a lot of nerve. There was an invasion on her watch, and she's angry at how Trump's getting them out, while her voters are circling the wagons around the invaders.
Red Sigma said, old man Sackneck, word, son? Old man Sackneck.
Masked vigilantes are trying to break into federal property and pin down agents so they can't go out on their shifts. And when agents do go out, their vehicles are under attack. If we allow Minneapolis to do this to ICE, what's to stop any citizen from any state doing this to an IRS agent or a TSA agent or an FBI agent? We would never let a violent mob assault federal agents like this night after night, week after week, but it's okay because it's ICE. They have a gun and a badge just like any other armed federal agent. ATF, Secret Service, doesn't matter. If assaulting Capitol Police on January 6th is a felony, people were put in jail for years for that. How's this any different? Agents are having to draw their pistols on these animals. It's not going to be long before someone else gets shot. The only way this stops is if Trump brings in backup and stops it, or these people go home. Are the Minnesota politicians telling them to go home? No.
we're telling people, make noise, make a crowd, take out your phone, document it. We cannot let them get away with telling a lie about our city. It's not an insurrection in Minneapolis. It is an invasion by masked, unaccountable secret police.
Calling federal agents Nazi invaders, when their people hear that, what do you think they're going to do? They're not going to film peacefully. They're going to fight. It's been 10 straight days of law enforcement under attack. Can't go on. But finally, the feds are getting a little tougher.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection Police arresting a protester, seems to be a person who was outside this building. We just witnessed them arresting another person.
What did you say? No, this says Kamala and the bald chin have a lot of common. Y'all stupid. No news. I don't understand these folks. What makes them think they can defy the federal government and they won't defy the state government? That's why I have that poll in the chat. And shout out to Tito. He's been saying that for months, this Insurrection Act shit. And they're actually using the word now. So I think Tito was like, what, 7 months ahead of this? Detroit 313, what up, Playboy? Salutations, brothers. Hell yeah. Nah, we just hanging out, man. I'm gonna be on here for a couple hours. It's Saturday. I'm in here. Yo, what up, Aaron? Said good evening, Machismo in chat. All right, everybody came to hang out. I like that. I actually got some good stuff. We're gonna go over Nick Shirley's second expose, because he is doing more as an independent journalist than the actual news, Justice Department, and FBI. I have to tell you guys, I'm terribly disappointed with Kash Patel and Pam Bondi falling down on the job. Yo, what up, bro? Okay, I see you guys coming in a little bit. Yo, yeah, what up, guys? Yeah, hang out for a while, man. I'm just gonna go through some stuff. Ain't no particular order. The Sunday shows are more polished. This is just me hanging out and wanting to stream. It's a Saturday. I'm inside.
Moments ago, this, I will say, is the most forceful that I've seen the federal forces be with protesters. There seem to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 agents on top of this person.
Every time you obstruct a federal operation, you're committing a crime. So the Fed should start making arrests and not wait for what comes next. This isn't just the mommy minivan militia anymore. The thugs are out. They arrested a member of the Latin Kings yesterday for stealing weapons from a federal vehicle and seizing sensitive documents. Mayor Fry says the violence will continue until ICE retreats.
Order would be restored, and I will make this prediction, if those federal agents left. As soon as they leave, we will have peace, we will have safety.
Well, him and Waltz, the mayor and Waltz, are under federal investigation. They just got federal criminal referrals to the Justice Department. No news said all this over Somali scamming millions. Well, here's the thing. You said the quiet part out loud. USAID got shut down. Via Doge and a lot of their other conduits. PBS just lost all their money. This Somali thing is this is another one of the Democratic Party's money laundering conduits to fund all of their madness. So they're using the Somalis as a lever, but they were also using they were using them like NGOs and everything, because everyone's involved. Everyone from the local level all the way to state level. Detroit says what they're doing is violating and extended to the federal law. Where it's exceeded, it's their job and right to arrest. That is illegal, but Americans, liberals, citizens are in the way. Yo, that's a fact. Brett Sigler says Kash Patel been eating too good. He need that goof to get his power back. Yeah. Yeah, I got to see something from Cash, man. He was all bluster before he went in, and I don't see him racking up no wins, bro. Even with this, what's going on with in Minnesota, man? Where are the arrests by the feds, bro? What are they doing?
And order will be restored.
This is like saying, I'm going to keep punching you in the face until you leave. They framed ICE as the cause of the violence, not MS-13, not Tren de Aragua, or their street soldiers throwing rocks at cars. They want to deport ICE and give amnesty to the bad hombres.
This is about an aggressive and violent weapon that has turned deadly, a deadly weapon.
Take a look at this. And I know what I'm about to say is not going to be popular, but I'm dead serious about this. I've been saying this about, you got to double think voting these Muslims into power and these first and second generation immigrants. They don't have any loyalty to America, to the American culture, the American ideal. They didn't fight for anything. Y'all got to stop electing these people into office, and for the FBA black men, the quiches. I'm going to tell you, the general public is partly responsible for this because they voted these people into these positions. You got these old post-war menopausal Karens in the back with nothing to lose. Two Muslims, and I don't even know what this guy is in the middle. And they're making the laws for you. Like, bro, the people who voted them in are responsible for this as well.
ICE.
ICE has been aggressive. ICE has shown enormous restraint. They've been abused for almost 2 weeks. Cars have been driven at them. Bottle rockets shot in their face. Their hotel at night's been surrounded. And they can't even go to dinner without getting death threats. You know,
Karen said that one Karen looks like she's about to speak to the manager. Red Sigma says, Cash got quiet when he saw Vivek get his wake-up call at Turning Point. But Vivek was in there with his own immigrant agenda, pushing for the crazy HB1 visa stuff and talking about heritage Americans, this whole heritage American thing. Like I said, what is he, first, second generation? His people ain't fighting no wars. He completely missed the mark with that speech. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody's got a problem with immigrants. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's got a problem with that. You know, you go through the thing, you got your papers and everything, good. But if you first, second generation, I said it on the Sunday show, the cutoff war is Vietnam. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because you could be second generation and then fought in Desert Storm and all that shit. The wars that made this country are from the Revolutionary War up to Vietnam. That's what, you know what I'm saying? And white men and black men fought in them joints. All the people from the Caribbean, Africa, and all these people coming in after 1960, that's after the Vietnam War. So y'all got to get in here for all the fucking wars we fought. You understand what I'm saying? And y'all don't get to come in here afterwards and start telling us what to fucking do in this country. Y'all ain't believe for shit. We can't go to your country and tell you what to do in your fucking country. Fuck out of here, bro. Detroit says, but American people aren't going to stop voting these illegals into office. But how about the black Americans can't get into office? But it's the same thing. Y'all black Americans, the black Congressional Black Caucus is all tethers. And this is what I'm saying about how these old niggas gave y'all all this bad advice, telling y'all not to vote and not to be involved in nothing. And when you do that, everybody else votes their people in power, and then they shit on you. And y'all get that. You had current Corey Holcomb just on the joint when he was arguing with Anton saying that shit. And he's almost 60. So he qualifies as an old nigga. Talk about that voting shit don't mean nothing. Like, yo, shut your dumb ass up. Tell jokes, nigga. Tell jokes. You don't get to sit on the bitch and complain, but at the same time not want to get in the game and fucking throw some motherfucking free throws, play some defense, play some offense, and try to get some points on the board. You understand what I'm saying? And y'all can keep doing it that way if y'all want. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna be a fucking permanent fucking underclass, and it won't be nobody's fault but your own. Trump had to make Patel resign as the... Patel ain't resigned. Dan Bongino did. Patel ain't going nowhere. I mean, I don't think that Patel's doing a bad job. I don't think that he's even bad at the job. But I mean, we gotta see something, Playboy. We gotta see something. And Patel, that FBI director job, he's got that job for 10 years. That position's for 10 years. I don't think Patel's horrible. I just don't think he's not living up to the hype. That's all I'm saying.
Who the Democrats are defending? Somalis convicted of murder. These guys, stone cold killers. These are who Democrats are trying to keep in your neighborhoods. But Omar says ICE is making Minnesota worse than Somalia.
Those of us who escaped places like that, the one place where we thought we would never experience this.
This is what I'm talking about. I can't stand it. These fucking foreigners sitting up in Congress lecturing us. This bitch married her fucking brother. Yo, there was a time where they wouldn't even vote Catholics into fucking position. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not talking we need to go, but like, bro, if you ain't a heritage American, y'all need to stop voting for them. And I don't care what color they are. You understand what I'm saying? This shit is out. We're getting taken over from the inside. And like I said, keep telling y'all niggas this. I'm a fucking patriot, even though I got problems with the country. You understand what I'm saying? You got, like, keep telling you guys, your granddaddies and all that shit ain't fighting these wars for this shit to get taken over from the inside, man. They'd slap the shit out of you for letting this shit happen.
It's the U.S. states. I am ashamed. And we must do everything that we can to bring back the America we all...
These people fucking hate America, bro. Detroit says, voting says otherwise. How does Corey Holcomb reaction about the affirmative action and DEI goes out of the window? Yeah. I'm saying, in my opinion, that Kash Patel had to resign out of... Oh, you said, yeah, she's ridiculous annoying. No, I'm just getting tired of seeing these first and second generation tethers and foreign lecturing us in Congress and Senate about like their countries are fucking shitholes. And they're lecturing, they can't get their country, they're refugees, and they're lecturing us about how the fuck our country need to be. Like they got some sort of moral fucking high ground. They didn't fight for shit. You understand what I'm saying to you? And then on top of that, this one's running motherfucking helping swindle billions of dollars out of the country and sending it to terrorist groups. Like I keep saying, the American public is responsible for voting these fuckers into power. It's ridiculous. Yeah, straight up, Zeke, with the $5 super chat. It is about time for a F all you hoes. With her on the screen.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. And fuck all you hoes. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. And fuck all you. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do. And fuck all you hoes.
All escaped into.
No, if this was Somalia, warlords would be beheading mommies with machetes.
Exactly.
Omar should be grateful.
Exactly. This is why I play this clip. Yo, because Jesse and his production team, yo, they get the monologue right every time. Exactly. She's from a country where they be fucking heading her right now.
America handles rioters this gently. If they catch you stealing millions of dollars in Somalia, you don't get a trial. You don't get due process. You definitely don't get a lawyer. They cut you down and they throw your body in the desert.
Tell them. That's what I'm talking about. These motherfuckers over here telling us how to run our fucking country. Do you know what I'm saying? Us and the white guys, we've been duking it out for like the last 400 to 500 years. Like, we got to understand them with each other. Red Sigma said, yeah, all comedians need to stay in their fucking lane. Yeah, I'm ready for the midterms too. I'm ready for the midterms to Detroit, but it's touch and go, man. It's touch and go. I mean, I know Tito, a lot of the general public, the MAGA base, etc. They're kind of mad with Trump's restraint with all of this shit. And like I said, my only caveat with that is I think that via their internal polling, they're trying to save some political capital so that they can get a good showing at the midterms. We're about 11 months away. Do you know what I'm saying? But like I said, well, fuck it. If we end up getting blown out at the midterms, then like take the gloves off and let's just take some fucking heads. He said, yes, it's Americans are responsible for this, especially the ones who voted for the Democrats. Trump and ICE had to round them up over the 200,000. Yeah, to board them on the planes daily. And once again, Trump won with a mandate. This is what we voted for. Red Signal says in Ohio, I saw a report where the Somalis were front for cartels. Yep, it's on YouTube. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Gun sites, Forsyth County, Georgia, doing reconstruction, for example. Yeah, bro, that's what, bro. Do you know I'm always talking about the deacons of defense and all that? I don't want to hear and it's all. Speaking of the Tether industrial complex, it's always the Tethers talking about the Klan and all that shit. They wasn't here for none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if somebody say anything about the Klan and they don't say nothing about the deacons for defense, they're just fear mongering. Because the most important part of the Klan story is that the deacons of defense, who were black veterans, came back from the wars and murdered these dudes from state to state, and that they had to call the feds, and the Klan did, to broker a truce with them. And that's why the Klan doesn't go around lynching people anymore, because black veterans murdered them to a standstill. And that's the part they leave out of history. And we know because we covered it on the Veterans Day special. We did season 1 or 3. You know what I'm saying? Tired of this bullshit. Oh, let's play the rest of this shit.
Millions of third world immigrants invaded this country, and American citizens didn't assault them. We're civilized. We voted for a president to legally remove them, and that's what's happening. Now, part of that process is determining who came here illegally, who's asking to see ID. Now, apparently, this is reprehensible.
You've previously called the ICE operation in Minneapolis, your city, an invasion. How is rhetoric like that de-escalating the tensions?
I think it's important for folks that don't live in
another fucking foreigner telling us how to run our country, bro. It's insane.
Minneapolis that don't live in the state to understand what is happening in their city. It is not normal for people to be questioned about their citizenship status as they are waiting in a bus stop.
Well, we wouldn't have to ask for ID if 10 million migrants hadn't poured in. And so what? I get pulled over. They ask for my ID. I check my bags into a flight. They ask for my ID. I buy beer. They ask for my ID, or they used to.
I mean, isn't this a common sense argument that he's making? Kwame says, read about the Pendleton 14 Marines with suspected Klan members. Yeah, of course. I mean, the Klan is a knighthood. Do you understand what I'm saying? We had presidents that were in the Klan. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like a club or something. It's a fraternal order. It's a knighthood. Do you know what I'm saying? Almost like a Templar sort of thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you said clash with. Read about the Marines who clashed with. Okay, I thought. All right, I thought you were saying something else. Who clashed with the Klan? All right, oh, that's. I'll throw that right in the. I'll throw that right in the AI. We might actually do like a little bit about that. The Pendleton 14. Hell yeah.
You think Barack Obama's ICE agents didn't ask for ID? How'd they do it? Exactly. Crockett thinks Jose at a bus stop is like Anne Frank hiding in the attic.
When we look at other places, say places that did things like, oh, you know, go door to door, looking for people.
Look at these two dried, shriveled up Karens. Yo. We're making a good case for only voting for men, bro. Like, this shit is getting out of hand. And Crockett is just, she's a Soros puppet.
As they had to hide out, say, in an attic. Does that sound familiar to anybody?
So illegal alien gang members are like the Jews? I don't think we want to go down that road. But they don't stop. The new hoax is that ICE is hiring Nazis.
They are recruiting.
Boom. Boom. Here they go. Look. Who is this? Charles. His name is literally Charles Blow. Can't make this shit up. The Langston Hughes Fellow at Harvard University. Another DEI. Bro. And they always get these. Bro, bro, it's the Democratic playbook. Do I have it here?
Meet soft black man, the safest man in America. He listens, he validates, and he never disagrees.
Unless it's about your self-care.
He's strong, but not too strong. Soft black man, your plush.
There you go, man. Look, bro, we don't fucking miss over here. Bro, if you're a Democratic black male, you gotta be a soft black man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Backdoor your
Meet soft black man, the safest man in America. He listens, he validates, and he never disagrees.
Unless it's about your self-care.
He's strong, but not too strong. Soft black man, your plush.
And they got him making arguments against the interests of American citizens and the interests of FBA black men.
Them using Nazi, white supremacist propaganda, hinting to that. And then people see that. People who don't recognize it as Nazi or white supremacist, maybe they just join anyway. But the ones who do recognize it see it as a hint.
Click here.
It's fucking nauseating, bro.
Meet soft black man, the safest man in America. He listens. Meet soft black man, the safest man in America. He listens, he validates, and he never disagrees.
Unless it's about your self-care.
He's strong, but not too strong. Soft black man, your plush.
Yo, we don't fucking miss, bro. We don't fucking. Let me say, of course she is. She's part of the deep state. Yeah, along with Nancy Pelosi. Wait, hold on. Yeah, Kwame, send me that article on the Pendleton 14. We might end up having to do a Sunday segment on that. No News says, bro, there was a report decades ago that talked about white supremacists sending race soldiers into the military to get the training and get out. Yeah, that's been going on forever. And police force, unfortunately for them, that there was plenty of black vets. Yeah. Yeah, and the tether is a triple minority. I will say this, though. I think quiet is kept. You saw Kwame sent me this one with HEGSEF incorporating, partnering with Elon to incorporate the full Grok AI platform into the Pentagon systems. Palantir is already heavily integrated. I think that by the time Trump leaves, there's going to be such significant systematic changes in the government that even if a Democrat does get in, like I said, I think he's going to try and tear this thing apart from the inside and put so many checks and balances in, which I hope he does. It needs to be done. Needs to be done. Hold on, let me load up my next segment. Let's do hold on, let's hold on to this for a second while I load up my next segment. So fuck around and find out.
As you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out.
I couldn't let this slide, Joe. Could not let this slide. Let me just say this. That video you sent had the find out, fuck around line as 1-to-1. Ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous. Everybody that's ever fucked around knows that there is a certain level of fuck around that you get for free. And then the shit you find out gets found out real quick. You understand what I'm saying? It's an exponential curve. You fuck around this much, okay? Fuck around that much, I'm gonna let it slide. But you hit a point, shit gets real, and you find out real fucking quick. And that's the real fuck around, find out curve.
So that's our little math lesson for today. And it is apropos with what is going on in Minnesota, because this is the, we thought LA was bad, and we got DC in order because we was able to send in the National Guard without the Insurrection Act. But if they invoke the Insurrection Act, that's that, get him in order. We got my man Osmond respond. This one is we're gonna look at really, like, now that, like I said, you don't got the quiches and the BLM out there, and the paid black crisis actors out there as human shields for these liberal white women, and the weirdos. They got to get out there and do it themselves, and they getting kicked in the face by the federal government. But this is we have a mental health crisis. So this is Osmond going behind the scenes of all these protesters in Minnesota. And it's actually, I be using Osmond because he got good color commentary while I be making my commentary. And it makes the shit twice as funny.
Really? I would have never guessed. Oh, here we go.
At this point in time, with the current state.
Why do they all look like this? I mean, at a certain point, like, you really have to, I mean, really, why are they all like this? Really, it's kind of like, isn't it shocking? Because you'd think that, like, there's a lot of them that are like this, but, like, god damn. It feels like it's like 80%
of the world, and specifically the country.
Yeah.
Maybe being single and childless,
yeah,
is actually my biggest asset, in the sense that I don't have anything to lose, and I don't really have anybody's life to fuck up.
Well,
bingo. Yo, bro, we've been saying this. I've been saying this, like, bro, straight up. That's it right there. If we go back to the, this is spot on, right on the motherfucking money. Street Fighter. Morgan Stanley report says by 2030, more than 50% of women will be single and childless, without children. This is what it leads to. You got a bunch of Karens and other women, because this is going to be all women of all ethnicities. But this is what it is. She's single, no children, not going to get married, and she's got nothing to fucking do. So she's raging, and they're looking, it's the Karens looking for a problem, running all this stuff up, bro. And half of these chicks are on psychotic medication. Bro, by 2030, it's going to be worse. If we don't get this shit under control now, we're just going to have a bunch of insane chicks all over the place. So I keep telling you, you got to stop voting these chicks in the office and all this other shit. They're out of their fucking minds, bro. Yo, what up, Lord of Brooklyn? Yeah, it's their straight man repellent uniform. Spot on.
Besides your own.
Fighting back
Uh-huh.
against.
Yeah. So true. So true.
It's like, I don't have anything to lose. I don't. So, like,
How many of these like isn't this so weird? Oh my God. Yeah, you have nothing. I know, the Karen Civil War. It is. It's an actual Karen chicks forming sentences with 1,000 MS ping. I guess so. Oh no, the guy from yesterday was right. Who's taking one for the team? Shut the fuck up, man.
thank
Stop.
fucking God.
Stop.
Like, I'm not trying to sound like, oh, wow, I'm going to save the day, because fuck if I know. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just one person.
Right.
But all my friends who have children, they can't go to a protest and risk getting arrested.
Well,
or worse.
Yeah. So now the protests are filled with a bunch of childless, crazy cat ladies. Is that it? This is what they've really been reduced to, is a bunch of childless, crazy cat ladies.
They have people relying on that.
And this is who's running Keisha. This is who Keisha's jumping out the window for. Like, when you unmask everything, yo, you guys got to get your fucking nuts back, especially you FBA black men, and start fucking being so politically naive and fucking vote guys that have that are going to enact some of this fucking policy initiative that Dr. Tia Johnson put together, or keep getting kicked in the dick for the next fucking decade. Yeah, we're smoking on the Karen pack.
Right. Makes a lot of sense.
So I guess those of us who don't, like, let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go to jail. That's a great idea. Absolutely. These people are professional brain rotters. Yeah, you heard Karens that use AI to impersonate ICE to live out their really dark sexual fantasies. No, I mean, I didn't need to hear that. I would have known that. But, like, yeah.
I had a...
Yo, it's time for this drop real quick.
The word liberal as an acronym, lacking in basic education, reasoning, and logic. Liberal. Run-in with ICE last year in March. They called me sir, and they made it quite clear.
These people are mentally ill, bro. We need to open the asylums back up. This is the entire demographic base. A bunch of mentally ills, a bunch of soft black men, a bunch of backdooria.
Meet Soft Black Man, the safest man in America. He listens, he validates, and he never disagrees.
Unless it's about your self-care.
He's strong, but not too strong. Soft Black Man, your plush.
Oh, my Aaron, you caught a stray? You caught a stray? You caught a stray, Aaron? It gets rough down here. It gets rough. Aaron says, as a leader of the Childless Crazy Cat Lady Committee, I'm not co-signing this shit. All right, respect. Aaron, you caught a stray. It gets rough down here. Aaron caught a stray. Yo, but I respect that though. You say you're not co-signing this shit. Fuck it. All right, you ride out with us. But at least you see this shit is fucking crazy, bro. And I know it's got to be worse in Canada.
They threatened to check my body to see if I was trans.
What are you talking
Their
about?
exact words. Before I knew they'd surrounded my car. Two
Is this like a sexual fantasy?
on each side, one in front.
It has to be, right?
It was right then in that moment.
Mental illness.
Mexico! Mexico! Gulf of Mexico!
Holy fuck! God damn, this bitch is wild. It's a banshee? I know. Look, guys, I told y'all this is it. I said every place in the world has a mythology of something that is just like this. And I don't think that's an accident. I really don't. Certain mental disorders are also accompanied by facial dimorphisms. Well, maybe you're right. I don't know. This place sucks and I hate it here. Oh my God. I have just the place for you. I know exactly where you need to go. It's a place, it's by the water, it's by the sea. It's called Somalia. They don't have any ICE agents over there.
He said it's called Somalia. That's why I review fucking Osmond. We kind of got the same sense of humor. Little Brooklyn said, yo, straight up, bro, septum rings theory. Terrain black. Hell yeah, septum ring theory. Okay, you sent me the 2 articles on the Pendleton. All right, bet. I might have to put something together for that. Good look, Quam. He says Somalia. That's funny as shit.
In fact, they don't really have much government at all. You can go to Somalia. Isn't her dad 2-3 years Dajistan? Is that it? Oh man. And yeah, more like Gitmo. They're lost souls. Yeah, these people are really crazy. Also, by the way, dyeing hair in unnatural colors like blue or purple could be associated with self-reported depression, per study within PsychRed Journal of Psychology. See, this is the reason why I don't believe any studies, guys. It's because I already knew this. I didn't need a study to tell me this. It was obvious. Everybody knows this. What are we doing? Depression? No, wait, you mean retarded? Yeah, I know. It's crazy. People are not real. I know. Oh, here we go.
Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, you said Terrain. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was Terrain Walker, Brooklyn. He said she can't use her cat to wipe her tears. Stupid. Y'all wildin' tonight. All right, we gonna be here for a while.
I just feel like as white people, we gotta get stuck the fuck up. Yesterday, 10 years ago, 10 years before that, 10 years before that, 10 years before that. Just, our fucking neighbors are at risk and we need to be in the streets every fucking day.
They're not your neighbors. They're illegal immigrants. And bro, I've got no sympathy for this. I'm in foreign countries right now. I'm in Panama right now. Yo, when your visa's up, time to fucking go, bro. 3 months at a time. This is what Trump has been saying. An American citizen can't go to any other country in the world and stay for longer than like 3 months at a time. That's general, you know what I'm saying? It'd be without extended visa stuff, all this other shit. But every other country in the world can come to the United States uninvited. They can come here, they can stay indefinitely, they can get access to resources, banking, healthcare. You understand what I'm saying? We're like the dustbin of the world, but we as American citizens get shit anywhere else that we go in the world. They're like, okay, you're here for 3 months, thank you for your money, now get the fuck out. And you get nothing while you're here, but we'll take your money. You understand what I'm saying to you? It's a common sense thing. Red Sigma said, if these women were not so delusional, with standards, these women would have husbands and they would be in shape and not out chasing ICE. But I mean, but that's the conundrum, isn't it? And this sort of behavior is on the rise, and that's why they're saying now, like, we got to nip this shit in the bud right now with this Insurrection Act and show that there are real repercussions for this type of behavior. If you're just going to have all these mentally ill, psyched out women, because we're going to have more of them by 2030, and they're going to fucking destroy the country.
It's not you today, and you take a break. Somebody else, get them out there, take their place. We gotta do this in waves. We gotta protect ourselves. We gotta protect our neighbors. But it's time for white people to step the fuck up. They've been sleeping.
And it's been wild to watch. I've only been on the ground here for 2 days now.
Right.
And watch the community organize in such a quick way. Obviously, you guys been doing for weeks.
Yeah.
Yo, what up, Mr. O? I see you, Playboy. Yo, we on for tomorrow night. Mr. O in the building. Mr. O with the info.
And months. And what has it been like to see the community of Minneapolis like really come together?
It's about time. It's about time because people of color have been screaming about this for...
No, we haven't. No, we haven't. FBA blacks are not screaming about ICE. We got no motherfucking problems. We have not been screaming about this. You see how they had to throw us in that joint? You know what I'm saying? Like they got even like the all white protests. They get no motion without having them black bodies in front of them as human shields, bro. Yo, the mask is off.
We can't even count the years of how long.
Wait. What's she wearing? Is that a baking pan? That's the thing that's at the bottom of your oven. So this fat retard took the fucking the oven tray. Oh my god. Actual Rust player.
Okay, so most of what you're trying to say is hard to decipher.
Hey, so I have a question for you. Car was coming, forged, new, and their partner said drives, baby. What would you do?
But her wife said, drive, baby, drive.
This is who you goofy black Democratic males are out partnered with. This is who you this is who you goofies are out partnered with these protests and all this bullshit. This the team. I did this with the furries and shit, with the Charlie Kirk shit. I showed y'all the furries and shit. That's who y'all rolling with.
Because everybody saw that man pulling his gun before she started moving.
Whose man's is this?
She didn't hit him with her car. She didn't try to hit him with her car. She was being polite and nice while he was being a cocky little bitch, and that pissed him off. It was an ego trip.
How is Punk?
No, I'm glad that y'all like, what is this? No, I did the same thing with the Charlie Kirk shit. When I did the whole expose on the furries, I'm pulling the mask off this shit. All y'all goofy old niggas and y'all black male Democrats out here anti-ICE and all this, like this is y'all team right here, bro. This your man's, cuz. This your man's right here, cuz. This who y'all rolling with? That's your man's, huh? Right there, that's your man's. Shout to Red Sigma, the fake Black Panther tether that they got out there. They put him out there. They put them out there so these motherfuckers don't get the spotlight. But this who y'all ride with.
Overtaken by a bunch of fat retards. How did this happen? What the fuck?
You can see in the video, he's reaching for his gun before she starts moving. Okay, so most of what
Yes,
you're
I'm
trying to
eating, bro. No, bro. Like, this is it. These are their strongest soldiers. What can I say?
Hi.
Straight up, these are their stronger soldiers. And but I keep telling y'all this, man. I be using Osmond for a reason. Osmond is major. Like everything he puts up, million views. He's got like what 6 million subscribers across all platforms. And I'm telling you, Baron Trump watches Osmond. And then like a lot of shit that like, especially with the coming down to his Karens and shit, like you need to hear it from his audience is Gen Z up to like maybe millennials. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is, like I said, this is my unscientific Methodist sentiment analysis. Detroit says, look like she ate the cement cookie side of the oil mint one. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Hell yeah, Lord. Lord of Brooklyn. He said, I see the YouTube backlash against the Black Yup anti-Charlie Kirk posters has taken effect now. Mm-hmm.
My name is Tempest. And if you don't want me to step on your toes, move your fucking feet.
We have a mental health crisis in this country, and I don't think that people have any idea how bad it really is. Oh,
bang, here we go, guys. Boom, like clockwork. We got the goofy teacher. Like motherfucking clockwork. Here go the goofy Keisha. Yo, shout out to AC. What AC say? Becky run Keisha. Here come the goofy Keisha, throwing her 2 cents in, like aligning herself with the crazy Karens. Let's listen to this piece of brilliant political logic.
Oh my God.
I feel like ICE is doing all this shit, and that's why I'm saying I really feel like ICE is white supremacists, Proud Boys, etc., because all that shit that happened with Charlie Kirk, we was making memes, we was laughing. It's not funny. We was, you know what I'm saying? Like we was against it, like no bullshit.
Yeah, for sure.
And we had our reasonings, but I feel like this is payback. I feel like that's the payback.
The ICE is going around and arresting everybody in Charlie Kirk's name. We're going out there and we're arresting illegal aliens, and we're like, this is for Charlie Kirk.
That's why I feel like they didn't care about shooting Renee Good.
Oh my God.
And shooting Keith Porter, and many more. But because we was laughing when, you feel me, they folks got killed.
I thought the police have been shooting people all the time.
So why would they care if
up.
our folks got killed? It wouldn't make any sense.
It's hard to keep up with all this,
you feel me? But I'm really thinking that this is Charlie Kirk motivated, because
Charlie Kirk
I'm
did
telling
this.
you, they finally got a little bit of power, and then this happened directly after it. They let this shit build up. They recruited their team, and then out of nowhere, these motherfuckers are doing everything in their...
It's fucking embarrassing how stupid are. It's just fucking embarrassing. Oh man, it's fucking embarrassing. Yo, but you're right, No News. Yeah, these MFers are working overtime to get black people involved. Black women are heavily invested. Emo Keisha, yeah, and exactly. Charlie Kirk had nothing to do with ICE. Kwame says, Becky has a saddle and stirrup. Yup, on Keisha's back. Crazy shit. Yo, shout out 𝐷𝐿 for supporting the stream, man. He said, incoming Cash App. I see it right there. Appreciate you, bro. This is an apropos drop, since we looking at all these crazy Karens.
She got your ass.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. And fuck all you hoes.
Oh yeah, the fact that she attempted to run over the ICE agent is completely irrelevant to those useful idiots. Rest in peace, Clay Davis. Let's go.
Power to not only
Maybe she should work for Candace Owens. I think they'd get along really well. Even though they disagree on the important things, the crazy things, I think they could fit together on.
deport minorities, black and brown people.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, definitely.
they're shooting our people.
Oh, yeah.
And here's the other thing. We got to do a tether check on this. We don't even know if she's FBI. Look at that. She might be a tether. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. They cosplay us on the internet. You know what I'm saying? To get us, basically to get us to that's what I'm saying. This could be a tether talking anti-ICE shit, pretending to be black to rile up black people. You understand what I'm saying, too? Sneaky shit, and that's what I'm saying. Identify.
I really feel like this is payback. No bullshit.
Man. Movable object. Yes. They are so insistent that...
Shit.
Man.
I just watched a video of a fucking creator on this app telling people to pause and to chill and to take a breath before they do something irrational.
So I want to explain why this is such a huge problem. This is the generational ancient conflict. It's a bunch of autistic men that are so certain that they're right that they will never let it go. They know they're right. They are so insistent that they're right. They are so certain, so absolutely sure that they have to let everybody know that they're right. There are hordes of autistic men out there who have to assert and let everybody know that the way that they see things is the right way of seeing things. And on the other side, you have a bunch of women that can't admit that they're wrong. We have the unstoppable force versus the immovable object. Yes, I'm right. I'm right, and everybody else is wrong.
Like delete an ICE agent. That is a fucking insane take to me. How are you going to tell people to remain peaceful when their friends and their neighbors are down the street are literally getting kidnapped and deleted in the middle of the fucking in broad daylight? How the fuck are you going to tell people to remain calm? Somebody is going to snap. It is going to happen.
It might be you. I could see it being you. I could easily assume it's you.
And when they do, this administration is going to respond with tenacity and without remorse.
That's right. That's exactly what they should do.
They will enact martial law. But you cannot sit there in your cushy suburban neighborhood where you are relatively safe and tell
what are you doing?
People to remain fucking calm. We're past that. We are so far fucking past remaining calm.
Never tell a woman to calm down. This is elementary stuff. Everybody should know this.
Do yourself a favor and exercise your Second Amendment right to purchase and go purchase today.
Buy a gun. Now we have another girl that's trying to gas people up into buying a gun. Oh my God. What is wrong with these people? Give me a second. I gotta use the bathroom. Oh my God. You can fix her? You think that. Big mistake. I'll be right back.
Stock up on non-perishable items.
My mom used to say this. She was crazy. Yeah, she was a nutball. She would order books that would have a satellite, like a spaceship over Antarctica and shit. Yeah, I still even have some of it. Because she made me bottle up a bunch of water. It was terrible. Oh, jeez.
Plan to get out if that is what you can do.
Hyperborea?
Or have a plan to fight back.
Oh, so
Understand
Nazis.
that if they enact martial law and this is what they want, that there will be no First Amendment rights.
You're going to lose your First Amendment right. Okay.
You will not have freedom of speech. You will not have the freedom to protest.
The freedom to protest?
There will be checkpoints. There will be military in your town.
Oh my God.
You will have no rights at this point.
Uh-oh. This is bad. This is real bad.
2 female ICE agents went into a Chick-fil-A and they said that they hit a car in the parking lot and they wanted to pay damages. And then 2 employees from that Chick-fil-A went out to investigate the crash, right? Yeah, they were immediately abducted and taken off site by ICE agents.
That's a hell of a play by us. Gotta love it. They gave him the old 52. They gave him the old 52 fake out. Well played, Ice. No major altercation, no having to run up in the establishment, get them to come out.
Typical strategy. You want to kite some of the mobs outside of the aggro range of the main base so you can isolate and then remove them. Hey guys, there's a bunch of there's a crash outside. Why don't you come outside? Okay, all right, get him.
Well, you said that I see Osmond take on a clip from the series Landman. Nah, I actually like that. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of it, but what I have seen of the series Landman, like the clips and stuff, you know, like the extended clips from the season, they are actually pretty good. What's this? Lord Brooker says the irony of these patriot revolutionaries being on a Chinese app complaining about martial law and the end to freedom is mind-boggling. Yeah, that's actually a good one. Yeah, and it does have a very deep voice, doesn't it?
It's so obvious.
2 female ICE agents pretended to be lesbians and walk into a Chick-fil-A. Lied.
How do you know that they pretended to be lesbians? Maybe they are lesbians.
That they got into a car crash and wanted to pay damages.
Yeah.
Just to get vulnerable individuals outside into a public place so that they
kited out of aggro range of the rest of the dungeon. Elementary, really. Elementary level strategy. But hey, it works.
could abduct them. That is what we are dealing with in Minnesota, and this is not the first time something like that has happened. We are not angry enough.
You just got. They're so deranged, aren't they? Oh my God. Man who works for the media is stopped by anti-ICE protesters who insist he identifies him to prove that he's not ICE. He complies with them and they let him go. The irony here is just too much. There it is. It's again, they don't hate the police, they want to be the police. So yep, there it is. Oh, here we go.
Trump's bounty has risen over $40 million, and I'm going to take it.
Yeah, and these are the white men. So these are the cuck white men on the liberal side. We've seen the soft black men, and we've seen the crazy. It's a coalition of lunatics.
Trump's bounty has risen over $40 million, and I'm going to take it.
Why would you say this? Why would you do this? Like, these people have no idea of consequences at all.
Is it time for the Insurrection Act, or would that just add gasoline to the fire?
I think it is. I think it was time.
I'm not going to get ahead of the president on that, but it's certainly an option, a viable option. So
Yeah,
actually, I'll be meeting with the president tomorrow. So, you know, I think it's something that needs to be on the table because this cannot continue. There is going to be more bloodshed. I'm telling you. I hope I'm wrong. But
It's going to spread.
Yet.
Baldy's right. He's totally right.
There's going to be more bloodshed
Yeah.
if something
Tom.
hasn't done.
Yep.
It's going to spread, and most Minnesotans, by the way, and I want to say this tonight because folks have reached out to me.
Yeah.
Support ICE. It's this radical group of anarchists, and when you see them close up, you really get a sense of who they are. It's this crowd, a lot of them paid, a lot of them working, double shifts of protest against the rest of the state, which are reasonable, common sense, peaceful people of all backgrounds.
I don't know if I'd agree that most people like ICE because obviously Minnesota did vote in a certain way, but I do think that very clearly a lot of them do. I mean, it's easy to assume 30 to 40% clearly want ICE to be there.
Including immigrant backgrounds. They don't like what's happened in the Twin Cities, and we're going to expose more about Jacob Fry in a moment. But Tom, I think most people are good people. They want the bad people out, and they want some peace in their neighborhoods.
and we're going to get the bad people out. And as far as the organization, everybody that's planning these protests, giving these people weapons and funding this,
not doing enough.
Again,
they're not doing
justice
enough.
is coming because we're deep diving that whole thing.
But just y'all said this shit. Like, remember the Tesla riots? How many of these people do you think were Tesla bombers? I bet all of the Tesla bombers, if they're in Minneapolis, they're doing this right now. I don't think y'all are doing enough. I think, again, like they need to get somebody in there. They need to get somebody in there that knows how to use the internet. And
hold on, let him finish.
That can just find these people in mass. Like, you need to do probably, like, I would say 20,000 arrests. If you arrest probably 20,000 people, this problem would go away. Because you just you get the 20,000 most problematic, extreme, violent people, and that's it, problem solved.
Yeah, he's actually spot on. It's actually spot on with that.
Let's keep things international.
All right, let's what time is it? All right, we're at the 1 hour 31 minute mark. I'm gonna be here for a while. What up, Brian? You know what, Aaron? You're in Canada. I wanted to ask you, like, what do they think about all this in Canada? I mean, they probably hate it. They're Canadian. Prediction: Jesse Ventura will sweep in and take the governor's seat a year later. Well, we'll see. I hope so. Let me see. What do you say? In international news, you hear our PM up here talking about partnering with China for that's fucking wild. That's fucking wild. Good luck with that. Trump's playing hardball. Yeah, good luck with that. All right, we're gonna do Nick Shirley just did another expose out in Minnesota, and I really mean this when I say this. This guy is single-handedly bringing back old school investigative journalism. Let me see, what do you say? He said, when I talk politics with people up here, I get liberal talking points. Only my elderly uncle support. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. They're from the generation of common sense. It is a horrible thing to say, but United States, we've us winning these, we made the world too comfortable for these citizens, and they're not equipped to handle the realities of the modern world and the realities of our relationship with other countries. We get a president here that says, hey, I'm looking out for American interests. We're tired of paying for everything all over the globe. You guys need to figure it out. And our own citizens figure out. It's crazy, bro. All right, before we do this, Nick Shirley double down on Somalia fraud in Minnesota. Let's play Somali Scam King.
On the TV, Somali boy count cash, move sneaky, paper in the daycare, paper in the kitchen on the phone, different story, different vision, every office, cousin got position, every meeting, bro I got a mission, smile for the photo, suit look clean, under the table, whole crew eat green, Somali Scam King, hey, we run that, 8 bill gone, they can't get none back, on God, every hustle, every angle, comrade, Carlos, say flip it, untangle, Somali Scam King, talk sweet, walk me in, dress code halal, money so hot I'm clean, read beat, sign here, that's the anthem, whole block eating off the big boy scams, damn, 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 Somali Scam King. Somebody scam king. Talk sweet, talk sweet, talk sweet. Somebody scam king. Talk sweet, talk sweet, talk sweet. Somebody scam king. Talk sweet, talk sweet, talk sweet. Somebody scam king. Freedom fighters, now they fight with spreadsheets. Laptop louder than the sound of the streets. Grand after grand, feeding all the kids. Outside parking lot full of new whips. Charity, trucking, fake school, fake farm. Whole application like reading the charm. Refugee program, we help, we care. Back in Saxon, we just spit that shit. Comrade Carlos in the must front row at the door prayer. Plan where the funds go, one file hit. One shell company there by the time they notice. We in the air. Somebody scam king. We run that 8 bill gone, they can't get none back. On God, every hustle, every angle. Comrade Carlos, say flip it untangle. triangle, Somali scam queen. Talk sweet, walk mean, dress code halal, money so I'm clean. Habibi, sign it, that's the anthem. Whole block eating off the big boy scams. Damn, 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 damn. Somali scam king. Somali scam king. Talk sweet, talk sweet, talk sweet. Somali scam king. Talk sweet, talk sweet, talk sweet. Scam king. Somali scam king. Talk sweet, talk sweet, talk sweet. Scam king.
So let me tell y'all why my legs are crossed like this real quick, okay? From now on, I'm crossing my legs like this because all these white people start calling me Big Mike after my dong started dangling in my pants when I was dancing on the Ellen show. If I don't cross my legs like this, you gonna think I got 3 legs up in here. So white people, you don't get to see my dangling dong no more.
All right, let's go. This is Nick Shirley's latest expose. It's on his channel. I should probably drop his motherfucking link in the chat. But it's Nick Shirley on YouTube, and he's not hurting for subscribers. He's got I didn't realize he had over 1 million subscribers. So he's eating off these exposés. But for real, shout out to him because this is old school investigative journalism. So let's play some of this. What's up with my whatchamacallit? Okay.
You saw the first one, and now it's time for round 2. That's right, guys. It gets better. Are we gonna learn more? Yeah, we're gonna learn a lot.
No. You don't ask me nothing, man. $2.25 million. Get out. Are we the only community that does fraud?
How come they said this building was closed?
Do you know what advanced mobility is?
Yeah,
advanced mobility.
We're looking for it.
I never heard of it.
No, we're shining the light on the fraud, and they
Yep.
have no defense.
Would you like to see anybody in the government here held accountable?
Most definitely, because there can definitely be an allocation of funds.
The Minnesota
because if you're giving the money to them, it's not going to other people. Of course.
Fraud scandal continues to get worse and worse as billions of dollars of fraud has been exposed. And as I showed the world the blatant fraud taking place at daycares and other locations
Look at
across
all
Minnesota, it became the most viewed video expose on the internet. And
it had probably over 200 million views, or impressions at least. That is crazy. Everybody knows about this now.
Created instant change within the government as the Fed sent thousands of federal agents to Minnesota and the HHS.
Isn't it crazy?
And this is what I'm saying. Everyone knows about this, but bear in mind there is local news stations in Minnesota. We've got MSNBC, we've got CBS, we got CBS, ABC, all the local affiliates. We've got CNN. This guy this is a single dude. The first one who walked down with an iPhone and a camera and just a list of address and just started walking around using public records. And he did all this in a couple hours, broke the whole thing. You understand what I'm saying? And what's interesting to note is after he did this, there's still been no actual mainstream journalists that have gone and done what he's done any type of follow-up independent. Is that lost on anyone? Is this thing on?
How some 23-year-old virgin Mormon YouTuber ended up causing an insurrection, destroying the entire political career of a former vice presidential candidate, and is now basically leading the awareness of a $1 trillion awareness campaign for fraud. Oh my God.
Over $185 million in all payments to childcare. And while politicians like Tim Walz call people like me white supremacists and far-right delusional conspiracy theorists for exposing the fraud, meanwhile, he actually dropped out of running for re-election. The Minnesota
if it was so unfair and it was so much of a lie, why'd you drop out?
Fraud scandal has erupted the nation as protests and riots took place, all starting because daycares like Quality Learning Center were exposed. However, the daycares is only a small portion of the fraud taking place in Minnesota. In this video, I will take you into what has continued to allow this fraud to happen and connect all of the dots for you, exposing all of the fraud from strange connections of the business owners and the politicians who have
Wait, what?
all the fraud from strange connections.
So that's the guy that's getting arrested.
Business owners and the
and that's the guy with the guys. I think the thing that's
Okay, hold on. Let's pause that. Let me make that bigger. Look at your boy Walls. Look at Tim Sugar Walls, Tampon Timmy. Hugged up with the main guy who was the brains behind, who's arrested now, who was the brains behind the majority of this fraud. Look at Tampon Timmy.
obviously happening is happening. No way.
Politicians who have openly admitted
No
to the
way.
fraud on live TV. And to dive deep into the fraud, I met back up with the local David, who has been investigating this widespread fraud scandal for years.
So here in Minnesota, you have daycare fraud, you have adult daycare fraud, you have healthcare fraud, and you even have more fraud. What's some of the fraud that's also
More
taking
fraud.
place here inside of Minnesota?
Well, what I think
there's fraud in everything. If there's a thing, there's
He said daycare fraud, healthcare fraud, and more fraud.
fraud in it. That's it. Answer. That's the answer.
might be sort of the heart of the beast here is this transportation fraud. And what I mean by that is in Minnesota, we have something called non-emergency medical transportation, NEMT. My
That's
research has shown that there are about 1,020 such companies in Minnesota.
1,020. Oh my God.
And more than 90% of them are Somali owned.
Of course.
And so right here on
Of
the
course.
table, what do we have? All this information right here.
Yep.
So I have a number of companies that are local here in the Twin Cities, and this is just a fraction of the companies that are out there.
It's just
What
a
I
coincidence?
found was
Yeah.
that the national average for a non-emergency medical transportation company is 20 vehicles per company. A lot of these companies,
So
their
we're
address
paying for
is
their
an
fucking.
apartment.
We're paying for their fucking cars.
Yo, watch them break down this transportation scam. It's not really sophisticated, but it is brilliant. And the fact that they're doing this and getting all these millions of dollars, there's no way that nobody noticed this shit.
Some are in a house, some are in a convenience store, some
What?
of them in a vacant building. There's no signage, there's nobody there.
And so why would there be such a need for all these transportation companies here inside of Minnesota?
So if you think of this transportation as the hub of the wheel, so childcare is a spoke, adult daycare is a spoke, autism is a spoke, the interpreter services, which we can
This is the vast network right here. Oh my God. It's a pyramid scheme. Yeah. It's a fraud web.
get into. That's another spoke. It all ties back to transportation. Why? Because those meals had to be, someone had to deliver those meals.
Yeah.
Someone has to deliver the kid to autism.
Yeah.
Or say they did. So it all revolves around the transportation.
Right.
And so when you're looking at this, you say, okay, well, let's just be conservative. Let's go on the low side. Let's say there are only 800 Somali-owned non-emergency medical transportation companies in
800 of them.
Minnesota.
That's a lot.
Well, again, the average is 20 vehicles per company.
So that's like
800
16,000.
times 20. And the way these NEMT companies are paid is if they bring someone to a...
So
to a-
there's 16,000 of these fucking cars on average? Holy shit. God damn.
doctor's appointment,
God
whatever the case
damn.
might be, or Costco or whatever wherever they're going. Because remember, it's non-emergency medical transportation. Well, we went to Costco because they have to eat or they'll die. So that's considered, right? So it's
Sure.
almost impossible to figure out from the
Wait,
outside
well, if I don't eat, I can die. Can I get one of these vehicles for free too?
what exactly the payments are for each of these trips. But I have a pretty good idea. So when someone provides a transportation to a facility or a location, they're also paid for the time to sit there and wait for the appointment to end and then drive the person back. So they're paid 3 different ways. And the average is going to be $50.
Which, by the way, that's fair. That's what should happen.
Per trip. So
$50.
Going to the appointment is a trip, coming back trip. So that's $100 per round trip.
Yeah.
So if you have 800 companies in
the
Minnesota,
average is from his ass. I don't know why you listen to this bullshit. He's literally mentioning national average, not defending the shit, but it's just not good. Okay, so maybe it's only 10. Maybe they only have 8,000 cars.
That are NEMT companies. They all
and
own
he
20
said that it was an average. He's using this as an average anyway.
Vehicles, and they're all making 10 trips a day, and it's $50 per trip. So it's 800 times 20 times
10 times
10
50.
trips times $50 a trip. Do the math. And the reality
$8 million a day. That's a lot of fucking money.
Is how many of these trips are being provided? 0. They don't have to provide any. Why? Because when they are paid by the state of Minnesota, these companies go online and they fill out a form and it just says, okay, how many trips, how many miles?
Yeah.
They submit that electronically to the state and boom, they get paid.
Yep.
Nobody bothers to check. They don't call the dentist. Did this kid show up? They don't do anything. As soon as that form is filed with the state of Minnesota, that payment goes out immediately.
And so essentially, these transportation companies are what hold all of the fraud together because you have the daycare centers working with the transportation companies, the adult daycare centers working with the
I feel like
transportation
a dumbass
companies,
going at work every day. Yeah, people scam like this all the time.
the healthcare companies working with the transportation companies. So it's just another way to bill and to also make it look like something's happening here inside of Minnesota.
This is the belly of the beast. All of this fraud revolves around these transportation companies. All of it.
Yeah.
This touches
except 8 mil Gamba hit.
part
What's
of
up, man?
fraud here in Minnesota.
And today we're going to go confront these people. We confronted them last time. There was no kids in any of the child care centers. And today, what do you expect to see?
I think we're going to see some vehicles because, you know, when I drive around the cities here, I see these Somalis driving. Mostly it's like a Plymouth Caravan or whatever. And there's never, ever been a passenger. And in 7 years, I've never seen a passenger in any of these vehicles. I've followed some of them. They're going to Costco. They're going to Sam's Club. They're going to Walmart. The driver gets out, goes in there, loads up the shopping cart, comes in, puts it in the van, and off
they're
go.
Probably just using these cars for personal use. I mean, that's probably what's happening. I mean, I'm the kind of person that, like, whenever I see something like this, I usually assume that the simplest answer is the correct answer. And I think that I'm right about 99% of the time. It is. Usually this is what happens. And in Texas, like, there's a lot of similar things like this that happen in Texas. But instead of it being like a Somali thing, it's illegal aliens generally from Mexico that are doing it. This is extremely common. And, like, how do you think these people have jobs? How do you think they make money? How do you think they afford stuff? Well, they do it by defrauding the government. Like, for example, one example of this here in the United States or here in Texas is that a lot of them will try to find people that are illegal aliens in the country and then take their kids that are actually American citizens and then claim their kids as their kids on their tax form in order to get tax write-offs and then split the money with the illegal alien parents. And this is an example of something that happens that you don't even really know about unless you know a lot about this stuff. And I think this is double dip. They're door dashing. Yeah. And also that's another example is that, have you guys ever had a DoorDash thing where, like, it says Martha is bringing up your order and some guy walks up and it's not Martha? This is a very, very common practice, is that they will set up DoorDash accounts with people that have legitimate licenses and, accounts, and then they'll have an illegal alien do the work. And so really, I know a lot of these scams, and I understand, like, some people might think that, you know, this isn't as bad as it might appear, or, you know, some of these might not be as extreme as you might imagine. But the difference is that this is just the tip of the iceberg, actually. I unironically think that we lose probably $1 trillion every single year to fraud.
$617 right here. Transportation for the state of Minnesota is registered to 617 Cedar Avenue South.
And it's a liquor store. David, they aren't even trying to hide that these are transportation companies. Where are the
Well, why would they need to hide? They're being protected by the government. That's the reason why. You can't entirely say that it's his business, but it's insinuated. That's a unit that there's a second business next door. Do you really think that the business owner isn't going to know what the business next door is? I mean, really? Like, I mean, actually, like, and this is the problem, is that people love to play this game. They're going to know. They're going to know. Obviously, they're going to know who it is. What are we doing?
That should we ask?
Let's go ask.
Let's go ask. Here we go.
Hey, we're looking for Dreamline Transportation.
What's that?
Now we're in 617, Dreamline Transportation.
No.
Where is the transportation company?
No, we don't have this.
You ever heard of Safari Transportation?
Safari? I know Safari, that many wiring. 60.
Oh, no. Oh, you mean the money wiring place? No, the transportation place. Oh, it's not transportation. Bro, they got roached out real quick, huh?
7.
The money wiring?
Yeah.
Okay, that's money wiring.
Yeah.
We're looking for Safari
And by the way, it
Transportation.
never said Safari. There's never anything that said Safari on there.
607.
They said they never heard of it.
I never did. Safari company, the many wiring, they send money there. That's the 607.
So Safari gets the money and then they wire it out.
Yeah, the money.
That man just said that Safari is actually a money wiring company, so therefore they're receiving money and then wiring it somewhere underneath the name of a transportation
So
company.
he said to go here.
Suite A right here. And then you have 617A right here. But this is
It's good business owner responsibility to know everything about the local or immediate areas and other stores and business. They're actually really good at choosing where to place a store. So this just proves that they're related. No good owner would put their store there otherwise. Yeah, obviously you're going to do that. I mean, think about, like, if you're going to buy a storefront, you're going to figure out where the other places are around you. And if this place has been there for 10 years, then yeah, you're going to know that, obviously. As Black Lives Matter. Oh, God.
Services, immigration, travel, and tax. I do not see a transportation company anywhere.
Morning. Hey, we're hoping to find Dreamline Transportation. You ever heard of it?
Ask next door.
He said to ask here, but you would know.
Ask next door. This is a mailbox. It's not a road call.
So
It's a
Dreamline
mailbox.
Transportation could be nothing more than a mailbox. 834.
So it could be one of these mailboxes. Well,
Okay, see you later.
607, Safari Transportation.
Yep.
Doesn't exist. It's
So you went to one like little, strip store area, and 3 of them are fake. So 3 out of 3 are bullshit. What a surprise.
money wiring business. 617 Dreamline, inside of there, it's actually a liquor store. And then 617A is a place where there's a bunch of mailboxes and it says reliable ITT services.
Multiple tiered obfuscation.
How you doing, man?
Well, they're probably covering for each other.
Yes, sir.
What's
Why
up?
are you sensationalizing the propaganda?
What are we
to-
sensationalizing?
To attack our community. What's your final objective?
We're not attacking.
To get you guys deported and get people that are scamming us out of the fucking country, and to stop wasting money on this bullshit. It's pretty simple. Like, what do you mean? Like, it's obvious. That's the answer. That's clearly what the answer is. Like, what do you mean? Like, oh, I wonder what is this? Like, that's why. Just answer it.
Your community by any means.
Are you making
We're
good
looking.
money from this?
We're looking
Yeah,
for
of course he's making money from it.
fraud.
No, I'm
For
not.
instance, can you answer our question? Where's Safari Transportation Company 607?
1 second.
It's not there.
How-
That's
why
a
don't you
nice shirt. I like this shirt a lot. I don't like the turtleneck, but I really like that. This is probably really comfortable.
answer?
How much money are
Why don't you
you?
answer the
How much
question?
money
Where's
are you
617
making?
Dreamline Security?
How much money are you making?
I make
off
money
of
off of
this?
YouTube. That's how I make my money.
Exactly. So you're making money off of sensationalizing.
That my job
and attacking
is.
the Somali community.
I'm not attacking you guys. We're asking.
I'll tell you the
fraud is
reason why
fraud,
this is
sir.
happening. All right. Let me tell
David,
you the reason why.
fraud
you're
is fraud,
attacking
correct?
Yes.
This has nothing to do with race. This is fraud.
this.
Is
This
fraud.
absolutely has to do with us being Muslim.
No, it does not.
All right, and us.
And they do this. The reason why they say this is because it works on a lot of Americans. Americans are so brain broken and terrified of being called racist or, Islamophobic or some other word like that, that they will just immediately back down from a completely reasonable position whenever they're confronted with the accusation of that word. It's like a spell. They're using these like spells.
Being from Africa, This is a constitutional argument. If you don't want
Yo, let's watch this Somali crash out. And if you notice, he he's talking like the black civil rights, the FBA civil rights. You know what I'm saying? Like, watch him cosplay our shit. Now, mind you, they just down there looking for businesses that are supposed to exist. So this is, you see what I'm saying? So this isn't like anything Somali specific. They track, he's being an investigative journalist. He's tracking down fraud. He got a list of businesses that are supposed to exist. He's been given that list by the state or the county. He's going to the address where the businesses are supposed to exist, and he's noticing that they're not there. But like I said, this is the Somali. I guess he's first generation. His parents came over here. So, but like I said, he's cosplaying the FBA civil rights type thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, how they cosplay our identity when it's convenient for them.
want us here, change the freedom of religion. Say, listen, we don't want Muslims in this country anymore.
We're not saying that.
No.
We're not
Because
saying
By the
that.
way, a lot of Muslim groups, like there are a lot of like Muslim Americans, and as far as I know, like many of them have higher like average household incomes than white people. This is true for a lot of those immigrants, because this is something that's like a very like a lesser known thing, but in some Islamic countries they do have a soft caste system, kind of like India. And like in Saudi Arabia, for example, this is one of the things. Very like people don't really know about this. I had a friend that lived there and has been there, and so he told me about it. And so you have a very, very high success rate of the people that are coming over here from those countries that are extremely well educated, and they're very well positioned because they're the people that are coming out of those higher social castes. So you have like a selection bias of those people. So this is not even true. What I'm saying is, like, even if this argument was being made, it's still a bad argument. Where does Allah stand on fraud? I wonder.
When I go
Sir,
onto
we're
your
talking
comments,
about fraud.
when I go onto your comments,
My comments.
what
aren't
I see
me.
is people
They can defraud infidels.
that say we do not want Muslims here. Kick every single Muslim in
Is this
Minnesota.
something related to scamming? No. My point is that not only is this not really the factor with Muslims, but even if you applied that logic to it, it still wouldn't be, because many of those people have high incomes. So like, it not only is it wrong on a foundational level, but even assuming the foundation is accurate, it's still wrong.
Minnesota, out of Minnesota.
That's a comment.
You are, listen,
That's not what I'm saying.
you're preparing for the Somali community to maybe be taken to concentration camps. Just like the Japanese.
See? They just use the words, man. They use the words.
Community,
How?
all right? You're sensationalizing.
No, we're not.
All right,
Sir,
something that
answer
can
the
listen.
question. Where
That's something
where
that can,
is the transportation
something
vehicle
that can
company?
jeopardize
Answer the question.
safety and the protection of the
This is
Somali
fraud.
community.
We're talking
If
about
anything
fraud, sir.
happens to the Somali
We're talking about
community,
fraud.
listen, I'm not doing anything.
I
I'm
know,
not physically touching
you're
you.
getting very close.
I'm not physically touching you.
Nick came down there with security. He ain't playing. But I want you to see the madness of this interaction. He's just down there looking for the businesses that are supposed to exist according to the list.
No, I'm not physically touching you.
This is fraud.
What
We're talking
you're
about
doing,
fraud.
what you're
You're
doing,
you're
what
defending
you're doing,
fraud.
When I go into your comments,
You're defending fraud.
people who hate Muslims
Okay,
want
people
us
can-
out of here
people can say
for
what they
being
want. I'm
Muslim.
not censoring
Why-
anyone.
It makes perfect sense. Obviously, there are people that hate Muslims are going to be there in a comment section of a group that's primarily Muslim that's doing something wrong. I mean, of course that's the case. If you look at a video of a black person committing a crime, you're going to go in the comment section and it's going to be a bunch of people that talk about how much they hate black people. Like, that's obviously what happens. I mean, like, this is duh, of course.
Using your material.
Deja vu. Did I say
Islamophobes
that before?
Use your material.
I bet I probably did.
People who hate Islam, use your material. Say to us, we don't
Yeah,
want you here.
it's still true.
Change the Constitution.
I did, I
But
forgot.
Guess what? Let me tell you something. Guess what?
Say it. We're asking about
You know,
fraud.
what
We're
you
asking
do,
about fraud.
You hate Muslims.
I'm not saying I hate
You
Muslims.
hate Mu- you
We're
know
talking
you
about
hate
fraud.
Muslims.
We're talking
Why
about
are you
fraud.
attacking us?
This
Are we
is
the
fraud.
only community that suffers because of fraud?
We're talking about
Are we
fraud.
the only community that does fraud?
He's really getting gassed up. He's getting upset.
Are we the only community that does this?
This is about fraud.
No, you're not. It's actually so much worse, and there are other Americans that do it too.
There's what, 300 Somali
This is
providers in
fraud.
all of Minnesota?
There's actually 800.
Don't keep talking.
So,
you speak English?
transportation companies.
Your security doesn't even speak English. Listen,
Yeah,
let me tell you
so
something.
see, this isn't a race issue, sir.
Listen, let me
This
tell
is
you
about
something.
fraud.
We have, what, 1,000 providers?
Yeah, you guys have a...
Even it's 2,000 providers.
Okay,
you
sir.
want to sacrifice the safety of
Sir.
80,000 people
We're not
because of fucking 2,000 providers?
That's okay.
Are you fucking mad?
Uh-oh.
Are you stupid?
I'm not
He's getting
stupid.
big
You're
mad.
stupid.
You're
Where's the transportation company?
What about if a mass
Listen.
shooting happens in Minnesota? It will be because of you. It will be because of you. If any Somali gets hurt in Minnesota, it's because of Nick and Shirley.
This is-
any Somali,
this is about
if
fraud.
one single Somali gets hurt.
This is about fraud,
it's because
sir.
of you. Sensationalizes. You son of a bitch. Sensationalizes.
Wow, you're very
Get out of our
nice.
neighborhood.
Very nice.
Get the fuck out of our
Sir,
neighborhood.
can you tell me where the transportation
Get the fuck out of
company
our
is?
neighborhood.
You see that right? Bang. You see that right there? You see that right there? This is all they're going to see. A Somali in Minnesota telling a white boy to get out of his neighborhood. You see that?
We don't want you here. Get the
We don't want you here. These are immigrants. Telling Americans, but this is an American, a white apple pie white boy. This is what people are going to say. There it is. There's your clip.
out of here.
Calm down, sir.
Get out of our neighborhood. We don't want you here. I'm trying to tell yo, you think that's going to play well? Listen. We'll just make sure it's they. Trust me, they're gonna make sure it's not their neighborhood for long. They're gonna get them up out of here, bro. These people. This is what I'm talking about. They really don't understand America.
Get out of here,
sir. This is about fraud.
You wanted clicks?
You're
You got clicks.
sensationalizing yourself,
You
sir.
wanted clicks?
You're
Yeah, he is sensationalizing himself. Yeah, he's crashing out. This is great content. This is funny.
sensationalizing yourself.
You wanted clicks? You wanted the YouTube?
Tell me where the
You
transportation
wanted
vehicle
YouTube
is.
clicks? You got YouTube clicks. Now get the fuck out of our community.
Tell me where the
Get the
transportation
fuck out of our
vehicle
community.
is. Tell me where the.
You
This is about
stupid,
fraud.
racist motherfucker.
This is.
Say,
I'm telling you, that clip is not going to age well, bro. That shit is not going to age well. These are what, first, second generation immigrants telling Americans to get out of their neighborhood? That is not going to age well.
I don't want
This is
Muslims
about
here.
fraud.
Say I don't want Muslims here. Say it. Say
I'm
I
not-
want to change the Constitution.
Eventually, you are going to have people that say that they don't want Muslims here if you keep using your faith as a distraction and a shield from criticism from illegal behavior.
No, I didn't even see this this clip this segment all the way through, Osmer. All right, so you just said what I just said, technically.
Eventually, you will radicalize people against everybody inside of your religion, and they won't care about what happens in the Constitution. You have to keep in mind that the Constitution existed whenever we put all the Japanese in internment camps. It's not like this is this is like a rule that you can't break like in a video game. It's not a programming language. It's not gravity. You can just do whatever you want. So they should definitely watch out for this. And this is the big issue, is that the more that you use your religion and your ethnicity and your protected status as a minority as a shield for bad behavior, the more people stop caring about that protected status. And I think that's what's happening.
No, I don't
And I
want to change the
freedom of
Constitution.
religion, and I don't want Muslim Somalis in Minnesota to kick them out. I was born in this country. You have to take the passport away from me. That is what you are
Sir,
arguing for.
we're not talking.
Change the Constitution.
This is about fraud.
Appreciate it. Get the fuck out of our community.
This is about fraud.
Get the fuck out of our community. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Stupid fucking idiot.
Yo, that is not going to fucking age well. He said you got to take the passport from me. He don't get it. They will take your passport. They will denaturalize you. That is not going to age well, bro. No News said they got millions while FBA go to work and slave for the money. Hell yeah. I don't understand why so-called FBAs are jumping out the window for these people. Because It's the old nigga ideology and they back. I told you, these boomers betrayed us, man. They betrayed us. This whole don't vote, both parties is the same, don't get involved ideology is the same thing that let these tethers come in and take our spot and organize on top of us. Been telling y'all niggas that. The old niggas convinced y'all to, and like I said, anybody talking that, like I said, like you got tethers down here that are content creators that y'all be listening to, and they telling y'all don't get involved, and you know bro, any black man talking about what ICE is doing, like, yo, you need to ask yourself, where's this nigga from? Because a lot of y'all is getting goofy information, bro. We need y'all to really start being fucking critical thinkers, bro.
Tell me what a transportation company is then. Obviously for this video, we had to get security because look at this now.
Yep. Yep.
We're gone.
There it is. Total crash out. There it is.
No transportation company in there. Fraud.
Uh-huh.
There were no transportation companies.
When did this video come out?
This isn't about race. This isn't against religion. This is about fraud. We're fighting fraud here. We're not fighting a race.
It's undeniable that there is a racial element to this. And the racial element is being appeased by the lawmakers that are allowing the fraud because this race of people are acting inside of a collective group. That's what's happening. Race is a very clear element of this, and to ignore it is just to not understand what the problem is. So what happens is that a lot of these groups of people are voting as a block. And by them voting as a block, they're also able to
Bingo. This is what I just said. Vote, bro. This is exactly what I just said. Voting as a block, the thing that the old niggas tell you not to do. So you open the door for the tethers to come in and do what the old niggas told you not to do, and for them to get power, money, and resources over you. It's not fucking rocket science.
to advocate for their interests as a block.
And
if they're able to
advocate for their interests as a block. These boomer niggas betrayed y'all niggas.
Advocate for their interests as a block, and they're voting as a block, and they have a bunch of fraud going on. That means that the people that are running the government are going to be afraid to go after that fraud because they don't want to lose that block of voters. That's what's happening. This is a racial thing. People are so afraid to talk about this because, like, the reason why I'm never really worried about.
There it is, right there, bro. There it is, right there. Easy peasy. That's the simplest explanation. The shit is not rocket science, bro. That's all we've been saying. The shit is not rocket science, bro. If you're trying to figure out why you keep losing and not getting shit, it's because you're not in the fucking game. And yeah. You've been listening to these goofy old boomers. Corey Holcomb even said it when he was talking to Anton, like, that voting don't mean nothing. If you vote, you a sucker. Old nigga shit, bro. And mind you, it's either the dummies or the old niggas that got they shit together. They got their money and stuff. They comfortable telling you what not to do for you to get comfortable. Y'all gonna get tired of losing after a while, hopefully. If Darwinism has anything to do with it, maybe by sheer evolution and epigenetic stresses, you guys will just get tired of fucking losing them. All right, let's do one more. It's my man Scott Jennings smacking up a CNN panel the way I like to see it.
And we're back with our breaking news in our national lead. A source tells CNN that the Justice Department is now investigating Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey. And Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. Let's get straight to CNN anchor and chief White House correspondent Caitlin Collins. Caitlin, what exactly are they being investigated for?
It's not totally clear yet, Jake. This is just breaking, and we have confirmed that the Justice Department is investigating Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Minneapolis Mayor 𝐔𝐈𝐒. A source familiar has told me that confirms what was reported earlier by CBS. And essentially, Jake, as we're still trying to figure out what exactly the contours of this investigation are, we have a pretty good idea so far. And we heard from the Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche earlier this week after we had heard these comments from Mayor Frey, from Governor Walz, following the shooting of a woman by an ICE agent in Minneapolis. Earlier this week, Todd Blanche was saying that ICE operates in a bunch of different counties without incidents going on. He referred to what's happening in Minnesota as an insurrection and said it's the direct result of a failed governor and an all caps terrible mayor who he accused of encouraging violence against law enforcement, something that Todd Blanche called disgusting. And he said, I'm focused on stopping you from your terrorism by whatever means necessary. So, Jake, I think that gives us a pretty good sense of what exactly it is that the Justice Department is at least trying to base this investigation off of. Where it goes, it's not really clear right now, but this does come as the FBI director and the Deputy Attorney General were seen in Minneapolis today as they've been surging law enforcement to the area as those tensions have only continued since the shooting of Renee Good. But it does show you, Jake, who the Justice Department is focusing their targets on when it comes to the aftermath of the shooting of Renee Good here. And right now it is the Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and the mayor here, both of whom have been criticized by multiple White House officials for their comments, including Mayor Frey telling ICE to get the F out of Minneapolis the day that she was killed, and Governor Walz as well making multiple public comments talking about the massive federal presence in their state. And so now it's an investigation by the Justice Department. It's not clear yet, Jake, that either of them have actually been served subpoenas as a result of this and where this is going to go. It seems to be in the very early stages of whatever investigation this is. But that is what we have learned so far, Jake.
Boy. So we got to talk about another ridiculous episode of Abby Phillips' failing show, or a show that would be failing if it wasn't for Scott Jennings and the Republicans/conservatives that routinely wreck on that show every single night. In fact, they wreck so bad that they're basically now issuing fake fact checks against the conservatives. Okay. In this video, we got to talk about the DOJ investigating Governor Tim Walz and Minneapolis Mayor 𝐔𝐈𝐒 over alleged conspiracy to impede immigration agents. Now, this is just an investigation. We don't know what's going to come of it.
We're going to welcome to the show Chuck Marino. He's a former Homeland Security Department advisor. Chuck, great to see you on a day like today. We're going to go ahead and take a listen to a little bit more of what Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Minneapolis Mayor 𝐔𝐈𝐒 have said about ICE operations in their sanctuary jurisdictions.
I've seen conduct from ICE that is disgusting and is intolerable.
You have an absolute right to peacefully film ICE agents as they conduct these activities.
And he's saying, videotape them, document all of it. Are they walking a fine line or are they crossing a line, Chuck?
Oh, they crossed that red line long ago, Anna. If I were them, I'd be very concerned about this DOJ investigation because these are real charges of obstruction, potential charges of threats against federal agents. These are all under the Title 18 code. And I'll tell you, they're going to have a pretty strong case. There's a lot of video evidence, as you just demonstrated, against both the governor and the mayor. Look, sanctuary cities, while I totally disagree with their policies and their politics here of not wanting to work with the federal government to enforce immigration laws, you cannot incite, obstruct, villainize, and create an environment that becomes extremely too dangerous for the men and women of law enforcement to do their jobs.
Well, I don't know that we pulled the most sort of inflammatory rhetoric from them or what has been described as that. We've got the mayor saying to ICE, get the F out. Of course, these are federal law enforcement officers. Yeah. And you've heard in the past, Governor Walz compare them to the Gestapo, the secret police, and Nazi Germany. And there is a section of the population, and I don't believe these leaders there want death on their streets, even want chaos on their streets. But there's a portion of the population that's just crazy enough to take that as a call to action and do something wild, and we don't want anybody else to get killed.
You guys know my thoughts and feelings about these Democrats. I believe that honestly, all of them should be arrested and thrown in jail because they're allowing domestic terrorism in this country. This is why we don't see it in red states, but we see it in these blue states.
You said we had the same algorithm. You just watched this 2 hours ago. Aaron said, yeah, I like George, Black conservative perspective. I know some people don't like his takes for some things, but I will say that when it comes to just pure political analysis, he's generally spot on. Like when he's not, if he's not leaning too far with like his opinion on something that's race related or something, if we're just talking pure politics, policy, strategy, even some of the economic plays, he's usually spot on. His takes are usually pretty solid.
In these blue cities, because Democrats are allowing it, they're encouraging it, and they're using it in order to campaign, right? They want more violence, more chaos in the streets because it helps them when it comes to elections, okay? It gets the radicals mobilized. So with that being said, there were a couple of statements, true statements, factual statements that were made by Republicans during this panel, this show, that CNN just falsely fact-checked, right? They basically was like, oh yeah, no, this is not true, except what they said was true. I want to go ahead and play one Republican on the show making a statement that Tiffany Cross claimed was not true, even though it was true. And we have video evidence to prove that it was true. Take a look.
On this very network during the 4 p.m. Eastern hour, a reporter was on the ground in Minneapolis, and he was explaining what he has seen with his own eyes.
And bear in mind, when you have to lie about facts in your argument to win your argument, you don't have a stronger argument or a real leg to stand on. You know, a quality argument can take the available, identifiably, basically the general fact pattern, and you should be able to weave your argument with that general fact pattern. If you have to make up the fact pattern to leverage your argument, you have a weak argument. It's really that simple.
That during the day, yes, peaceful protesters exercising their First Amendment right. But what happens when the sun goes down? A new group of people, younger, come out, and in his words, are agitators. They are standing outside a federal facility where ICE agents are going to start their work or finish their work for the day. And
you see, they got Tiffany Cross in there, another de facto Democratic shill. Like I said, these are what did we do earlier? It's the crazy Karens and the autistic weird beta white males out here taking the brunt of it. So in the mainstream media, they got to pay the browns, the black quiches and the soft white black males to come on and be the media face of this and defend this madness, bro. We all can see the shell game now, and this is why mainstream media narratives are falling apart.
These agitators are kicking the cars, hitting the cars, trying to cause problems, and we're not focused on that.
But I just also want to correct something. A complete misrepresentation of what the reporter you were referencing, Shimon, was on ground in Minneapolis, and I saw the stand-up he did in the 4 p.m. Eastern hour. He absolutely did not say what you suggested he did. He was saying what he had been told. He's been on the ground bearing witness.
He said, I have
seen this. He didn't. The audience can look at it.
Agitators.
He didn't. He said
what
he's been told.
But
it's not about what I'd like, but I think of the liars at the table. I'm probably not in that category. And I'm also not a cult member where I regurgitate every talking point from the GOP.
Show you the transcript in the
okay, great.
But last night, what I witnessed was that many of the people who were out here, and they're not protesters, these are the agitators. They were trying to stop the cars from going in. They were kicking the cars, they were attacking the cars, and this went on for a while. And for the most part, federal law enforcement stood back and they said, okay, let's see if this ends. And it didn't. And then finally, at around 11 Eastern, they had just had it. And that's when we got caught in the middle of the tear gas that was being thrown, the flashbangs that the federal law enforcement was here throwing to disperse the crowd. It really came as a surprise because for most of the time, they were allowing the agitators to stay here and the protesters who were in the street. And then eventually they had enough and they pushed people back. But that's where the flashpoints, Casey, occur.
Wow, incredible. absolutely incredible. Liberals will sit there with a straight face and claim that you're lying about something that you're telling the truth about, that you're accurately representing, and they will say, no, you're lying, you're wrong, even though they're 100% wrong, and they're the ones that are lying. In that news clip, you saw that CNN reporter clearly say that these are agitators, right? That they're not just peaceful protesters, they're agitators. And he said that this is what he witnessed. He witnessed agitators. They're not protesters, agitators, okay? Not secondhand, oh, I heard somebody say that they were agitators or that he had been told that. No, he said that's what he saw. That's what he said. The Republican correctly represented what the CNN reporter said at the time, his report, and Tiffany Cross and her dumbass, he didn't say that. That's not accurate. I'm not one of the liars at the table, except she's completely and totally 100% wrong. And Abby Phillip sits there on her ass and says absolutely nothing about how this Republican is 100% right about CNN's own report. Doesn't have a damn thing to say about it. Even though CNN has the transcripts. It's CNN's network. CNN knows exactly what he said. CNN knows their own reporting, or I don't know. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Maybe they don't know it when it doesn't fit the narrative, right? When one of the reporters go rogue and they actually tell the truth, all of a sudden, again, Abby Phillip, who's supposed to be the moderator and fact checker, right, on the panel, she ain't got nothing to say about it. Crickets. No correction whatsoever. No, actually, Tiffany, this is what he said. He actually did refer to them as agitators, right? No, nothing. Just sat there and let Tiffany Cross lie. Or accuse one of the panelists of lying when he wasn't lying. He was 100% truthful. What makes it even worse is that this also happened again on the same panel, on the same show, when Scott Jennings accurately characterized what Democrats have said in reference to the DOJ investigation against them. And Abby Phillip accused Scott Jennings of lying about what the Democrats said, even though they said exactly what Scott Jennings said that they said. Take a look.
Yeah, I mean, I in a way, the two events that are happening tonight, the DOJ's actions and this judge's ruling, which seems to reinforce that people do have a right to record. They can actually be following ICE agents, recording them as long as they're not breaking any traffic laws, they're following at a safe distance. They're basically saying that is okay. And so for DOJ to then try to, it seems, criminalize that, how are they going to substantiate charges against these two men?
Well, I mean, that's a great speech. We don't know exactly what they're being investigated for. We have very few details about this based on what I've heard. There are conversations potentially going on with a grand jury in Minneapolis. And look, based on their public statements, it's pretty clear that, and based on the statements of officials at DOJ, it's pretty clear there is concern that these two guys have used their positions and their public statements to try to obstruct the execution of federal laws. Now, whether that rises to a crime, I don't know.
Can you give me an example?
Yeah, where's that clarity?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think they've both made numerous public statements that have made it perfectly clear that they do not want federal laws to be enforced in Minnesota, and that they flatly said they don't want ICE there enforcing federal immigration laws. They both said that. They have literally both said, ICE, leave Minnesota. In fact, Tim Walz said we're on the third day of Gettysburg at one point.
He did not say that either. Okay, sorry, but he didn't say that.
When things looked really bleak, it was Minnesota's first that held that line for the nation on that July 3rd, 1863. And I think now we may be in that moment that the nation's looking to us to hold the line on democracy.
Jacob Fry has said, we want ICE to get out of our city. We don't oppose ICE enforcing immigration law. We don't want them in the city in the numbers that they are in the city. That's what he's talking about.
I know they have great lawyers here at the
so
table.
Look, I'm asking about real, really, if they're going to pursue criminal charges.
That's not what's been reported.
Against, okay, so what is the subpoena for?
That's not what's been reported. What's been reported is that there's a
subpoena.
preliminary investigation. No criminal charges have been brought against them.
Yeah, it's an investigation in order to bring charges.
To find out if charges are warranted.
Listen, if they bring criminal charges, my question is, what for? What for? And if
Obstruction.
and then secondly, is this risking this administration doubling down on something that is deeply unpopular in this country?
Yeah, so I think that Scott Jennings in his face here kind of says everything, right? It says everything about what we just witnessed. At some point, I think that conservatives have to consider boycotting this show, right? Like, what's the point of going on a show where the so-called moderator is going to allow leftists to lie, right? To lie about factual statements that conservatives are making. And we're talking about a reference to a CNN report, something that they can easily pull up, something that the producers can easily tell Abby Phillip in her ear, hey, this is what the reporter actually said, right? Verbatim, word for word. She could easily have corrected Tiffany Cross and said, no, actually, Tiffany, the guest here is correct, right? Didn't do it. Scott Jennings correctly points out something that Tim Walsh said, a ridiculous comparison that he made. And Abby felt, no, he didn't say that. And this is not the first time that has happened, where Scott Jennings has correctly pointing out something that a Democrat said, and then Abby felt, well, no, he didn't really say that. Right? I think the last time is when Scott Jennings said that Tim Walsh compared the investigation into the Somali fraud to white supremacy, right? He called it white supremacy, which was 100% true.
It's Democrats who have put Somali diaspora in Minneapolis at the center of their party and their state's politics. It's a small portion of the population. There is a bunch of fraud that goes on. And even Tim Walz has claimed that any investigation of this fraud is akin to white supremacy.
No,
which is
he
a
hasn't.
ridiculous
He has not
allegation.
claimed that. He has not said that.
He has said that.
He has not said that.
This is what happens when your own federal government wages war against you. This is what happens when they target communities for their own benefit. This is what happens when they scapegoat. And this is what happens when they no longer hide the idea of white supremacy, the idea of white supremacy, the idea of white supremacy, the idea of white supremacy.
According to Abby, that's not true. He didn't say that. That's not what he actually said. And it's like, at what point it was like, okay, is it even worth going on this show?
And this is why the internet is undefeated, because we could bring receipts. Yeah, mainstream media can't do the shit they used to do before. Even with Abby Phillips and them, just blatantly lying, because everybody pulls the clips and pieces them together like this. They're on our turf now. You know what I'm saying? Scott Jennings, the gift that keeps on giving. Abby Phillips is the complete definition of a DEI. She is the most unprepared, irrational. The only reason people are watching Abby Phillips is because Scott Jennings is on there when he is on there. Other than that, her ratings are terrible. And like I said, I mean, you're just going to be a propaganda arm. They should just admit they're a propaganda arm. Stop calling themselves news and move forward as is. Man, all right, guys, we're at the 2.5 hour mark. Like I said, I wanted to stream for a bit. I haven't been on all day. Sunday shows tomorrow night. Sunday live panel. Thanks for hanging out with me, man. I might be on earlier tomorrow before the Sunday show too. I'm gonna play it by ear. I might be doing a tech segment with Theo. Not sure yet. Or I'll do another one of these randos. There's a ton of stuff to review that's not going to make the Sunday show anyway. So we got tons of material. But man, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks to everybody who supported the stream, man. Most importantly, just hanging out with me in the chat, man. Can't do the goddamn show without you. Kwame, I'm gonna check my email for everything you sent me. Let's see what we got. Great stream. Have a good night, gentlemen. All right, good night, Lauren, Aaron. Guys, yeah, tomorrow, like I said, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for supporting the stream, man. Can't do it without you guys. Sunday, you guys know what the deal is. Sunday evening, I'll have my guys up here, Saul, Tito, Mr. O. Should be a good show. We are going to cover that fake Black Panther thing tomorrow, too. Red Sigma. If you're still listening, definitely going to cover that. See what else the fellas want to cover. It's enough stuff in the news cycle to cover, and conversations need to be had. That being said, man, good night and good luck. Catch you guys on the rebound.
Creator, that keep it fresh, yo. Creator, that keep it fresh, yo. Keep it fresh, yo. Creator, keep it fresh, yo. Touch is mad, the beer sure. Creator, that keep it fresh, yo. Creator, that keep it fresh, yo. Keep it fresh, yo. Creator, keep it fresh, yo. Touch is mad, the beer sure.
Sorry. Hey, where's Stewie? That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. Okay, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter.
There it is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean, to play us out? To end the show?
Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today, and we'll leave you with a... I can't do it. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Stewie Griffin. Thanks for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.